Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Columbia. How are you? I'm fine. I'm not fine. Let's get into it. So, I don't even know. I don't even know how to express this anymore. Um, let's talk about some stuff. Okay. I want to talk about something very near and dear to me, and that is blackness. Scary. Anyways, as a person, we try to teach each other. Your parents try to teach you, schools tries to teach you, everybody tries to teach you that when you're in a particular sphere of life, you have to tailor your behavior and your language to that sphere. So if you're at work, and someone comes to you and says, I need help, my computer is making a clicking sound, you don't get to go, that's because you never clean the fan, nigga. You have to go, okay, well, let's look into that. When you are at school and someone makes a point about free will and how God gave them free will, you want to whoop around and say, no, he didn't, you stupid motherfucker. If he's all knowing, that means he's pressing it. And if he's pressing it, that means you can't make any decisions that he doesn't already know about, which means you're trapped by his vision, right? You're not free. You're not free to make any decision that that particular deity doesn't know about. Oh, you got to leave the dumb motherfucker part out. But when you're black, your parents in particular, but your family attempts to teach you that when you are in spaces where there are very few black people, or you're the only black person, that you become a de facto representative of the race. And you should not let your hair down. You have to be very mindful of the things that you say, of the way that you act, of the attention that you cultivate. Because you are being because in the judgments that people are making about you personally, they may be making those judgments about black people on the whole. And so my entire life, I never said the nigger word. That was even, I would download the clean version of a song because I did not want to hear the nigger word, and I did not want to be associated with the nigger word for fear I might say it. And I didn't want to get angry, when people said things that came off as racist or that were offensive to me or whatever. And I couldn't talk about, liking fried chicken and watermelon. My grandmother went to the length of, she would not even eat watermelon. She enjoyed it, but she wouldn't even eat it because she didn't want people to associate her with something stereotypical. And at this point in my life, I'm not going to do that. Like, you're going to die one day, like my grandmother's been in the ground since I was like 6 years old. You're going to die, and I'm going to fucking die not doing the things or saying the things I wanted to say. Like, fuck that. Fuck that. This is not 1890. And how many fucking black people had to die, without ever getting to do the things they wanted to do or say the things that they wanted to say because of the constrictions that society put in front of them, or that our own people put in front of us. I'm not gonna fucking do that, and I'm crying right now, and I don't even like care, right? Um, I'm making a fan video to a particular content creator, and I said in the video, and I still mean this, if that content creator is indifferent, if they like the video, if they hate the video, I'm gonna cry. So I'm gonna cry regardless. But I am not going to, there has to be a point where I don't have to constantly be mindful of, don't say that because there are white people around, don't say that, they might think this way about black people, don't say that, don't do that, don't say that. Like, I'm not. I am going to be the person I am. And is that going to fucking waffle over into, is that going to waffle over? Is that going to, waddle over toward the stereotypical? It might. It might. But if you are judging all black people, or you're judging the segments of black people by my behavior, then you're the one who's fucked up, not me. And yeah, there are plenty of black people who feel like I can never do anything that even begins to um border on the stereotypical, because I can't have them think certain. I can't presume why you're doing it, but I know there's plenty of black people doing it. In fact, I just watched Rap Critic, and he just, basically said that. Like, I would never do anything that perpetuated the stereotypes. Fine. Good for you. I'm done with that. I'm done with the constrictions. I'm done with restricting myself. I'm done with all that. Let them think. Let them think whatever the fuck they want to think. I'm done. I'm not going to do it. And I'm going to cry. And you guys can think about you can think about me whatever you want. People cry in YouTube videos all the fucking time. But I don't care. I don't give a shit. I'm going to be who I want to be. I'm going to do the things that I want to do. I'm going to say the fucking things that I want to say. And I will fight every human on this medium. I'll fight all fucking 1.1 billion of you. I'll fight every human on Twitter. I'll fight every human on Facebook. I don't give a fuck. But I am not going to play to these restrictions anymore, because the restrictions in and of themselves are racist. It is us trying to kowtow and pretend, and it's us trying to kowtow to a vision of ourselves. And that's great. You want to do that? That's you. Do that. But it's hurtful to know that it's hurtful to have to sit here and to say, you can't get too angry, you can't say this, and you can't say that, and you can't do this, and you can't do that, because what are they going to think of, what are they going to think of us? What are they going to think of you? I'm not going to do it. If you think me a stereotypical coon, that's on you. If you want to judge all black people by my behavior, that's on you. But I'm going to be who the fuck I am. And sometimes that is an intellectual, and sometimes that is a hood rat. I don't care. I'm going to be me. Because one day I'm going to be in the fucking ground, and my last moments on this earth, I am not going to sit there and go, should have said this, should have done that, should have said this. Fuck that. We're all going in the ground someday. I know what I am. I know who I am. I know that I care about the future of African Americans. I care about the past of African Americans. I care about the present of African Americans, because I am one. And I have to care. Because we're all in this goddamn slave ship together. It hurts because it's like, no one is going to say that you're just being, well, I mean, people are going to say, it's a fucking internet. People will say whatever the fuck they can, but you just know that there are certain content creators that can make the content they want, and they're not being, it's not like, oh, this is what all white guys are like. And I'm sure that there's a fucking few of them, but you get that feeling like, sometimes I just feel like everyone can be who they want to be, but if I am, then I'm going to be, chastised by white people for being by black people for being stereotypical and not advancing the goals of our great and proud race, and by white people who are going to think, oh, this is how all the black people are. I pray to God every day. I pray to God. I pray to the Lord Leto every day, because I don't believe in Yahweh. Fuck Yahweh. Yahweh ain't done shit for me in a while. I pray to the Lord Leto every single day. I pray to this cold, unfeeling universe every day that human beings don't ever have to feel the way I do. I pray. And I make it so. Think what you want. But remember this. I have a far greater mind than I might display here. And if you come testing me, you're going to find out just how intellectual I really am.